strike, the Nats carried a lead into the late innings, but it was not enough. San Francisco took advantage of a struggling bullpen and ran away with a 10-5 win. One more game before timeout for the All-Star break, and you've got a front row seat on Masson.
It's a great day for baseball.
It's game number 89 here, the Giants and the Nationals at Nationals Park. And there's an all-star break about to happen, and Matt Capps will take his number 55 National League jersey to Anaheim. Congratulations to Matt. We're so happy for him. Good to have you back, Mr. Dibble.
Nice to be back. Thank you.
And this has been an interesting homestand, 5-4 for the Nats so far. A lot of runs, but a lot of runs given up, and some very dramatic late-inning moments.
Yeah, I mean, this ball club's taken a lot of steps forward in the first half, and there's been a lot of exciting finishes. We have a lot of talent throughout our lineup. This is just one of the many late game-winning hits by Pudge Rodriguez. You see how childish they act. They love playing the game. They have a passion for it. Ryan Zimmerman back on the 7th with that game-winning home run right there. So, I mean, all the guys have enjoyed a lot of greatness as well as a few downtimes. So it's more a question of, you know, you're going to see some of the numbers here in the first half and where we rank. There's some room for improvement, and I think everybody in the organization would agree. Got to tighten up the defense. The wins are going to come if you tighten up the defense, and then the pitching may go deeper into the ball game, and we won't have to count on the bullpen to maybe get the final 11, 12 outs of almost every game. So, you know, there's always room for improvement, but I think it's been a very good first half for this ball club.
Nats pretty good on the road. They need to win more, really good at home, need to win more road games. Now, to me, the most significant number about Livan Hernandez might be 112 2/3. That's how many innings he's thrown so far. He might be out there for 200 innings this year.
And over the course of his career, he's averaged close to 7 innings per outing, over 300 and something starts. And the bottom line is he's been a team leader. He wasn't expected to be in this rotation. He shored up his starts in April as far as being in this rotation, and he's been the most solid starter for us other than maybe Strasburg coming up a little bit later in June. So Livan Hernandez, a team leader, enjoys the game. He's a great mentor to the younger pitchers, and we're lucky to have Livan on this year's club.
Plays the game with a lot of joy. The Nats have won 11 of his 17 starts. His 6 wins right up there on the staff. The ERA is very good, and he has been the horse that Jim Riggleman has been looking for. Crazy homestand. A lot of runs for both ball clubs here so far.
Yeah, we just need to tighten up our bullpen a little bit. I mean, but having them out there every day, they're a little bit tired, but you know what? It's been fun to watch these guys. They're playing some good teams, very tough right now.
So on this homestand, 5-4, the Nats have scored 43 runs, but they've given up 48. They've hit 12 home runs. Adam Dunn has 5 of those. Ryan Zimmerman has 3, and the other teams have done their share of damage as well. Rubber game, Giants, Nats, straight ahead. Masson, brought to you by AT&T. Rethink possible. By Hager, established 1926. Your own great moment starts at Hager.com. And by Salt, in theaters, July 23rd. Beautiful day at the ballpark. It's going to be warm, but really considering what was going on here earlier in the week, we've had a nice break in the weather. Today's game will be the difference in a good homestand for the Nats and a mediocre one. Will it be 6-4 or 5-5? Lee Vaughn has been outstanding at home this year. Only 7 pitchers have better home ERAs. The Nats' record for extra base hits before the All-Star game, Adam Dunn is 1 away, and he has a new personal record with those 50. Madison Bumgarner has been outstanding for the Giants on the road. He's only making his 5th career start today. San Francisco 5th in the league at 261, 11th in runs, 8th in homers. And Buster Posey has been very impressive. In this series, the rookie's 5 of 9 with a homer and 3 RBIs. He's on a 7-game hitting streak and just tearing the cover off the ball. And here's a guy who didn't show up until late May, and he will be a Rookie of the Year contender by the time September rolls around. Livan Hernandez, start number 18. In his career, he's 4-7 with a 4.07 in 18 starts against the Giants. And of course, he pitched for San Francisco from 99 to 02.
Making his 430th start, the PNC Pitcher Scouting Report brought to you by PNC for the Achiever. And it's all finish in style, big man. He had a great first half, wide awake, 2-2 during the afternoon games, 7 starts, a 2.37 earned run average. And this is vintage Livan Hernandez. Enjoy it, 35-year-old, having a wonderful first half with the Nationals.
Nationals defensively, Willingham Morgan, and another start for Mike Morse today. Desmond and Guzman up the middle. Zimmerman Dunn at the corners, and Pudge Rodriguez. He will end up catching 5 of the last 6 games before the break. 9-year veteran Jim Wolf has the plate. Darrell Cousins, the crew chief, at first. At second base, DJ Rayburn. Marvin Hudson has third. Visit train.com to find a dealer near you. It's hard to stop a train. Our game time weather, it'll be 89 at first pitch. Weather forecast has the high today somewhere between 91 and 93 by the afternoon. By the time the afternoon wears on, and here's Aaron Rowand. Big home run yesterday to tie the ball game. Livan's first pitch is in there. 1:38 p.m.
Well, Bob, we have 3 guys in this game with the highest slugging percentages since June 30th. Posey and Huff for the Giants, done for us. Buster Posey slugging .951 since the end of June.
Rowan batting just .238. Just when you think he's having a bad year, he'll pop up and hit a big homer against you. He's a good center fielder. Andres Torres aggravating his groin muscle on Friday night. He hasn't been in the lineup these last 2. Livan tried to kick it, and then Guzman drops it. And they will probably give Rowan a base hit.
Yeah, I don't even know if he had caught that cleanly at second. He would have thrown out Aaron. Aaron's got great speed. He has led off for them this year. Very good center fielder. And there you see Christian just trying to backhand it. And would have taken an amazing play for him to throw out Aaron Rowan.
Next up is Freddy Sanchez. Last time the Nats had a 1-2-3 first inning by a pitcher was Craig Stammen in Atlanta. Levo will run right by the ball, and the throw will go to Guzman from Adam Dunn.
Great job by Christian Guzman right there, Bob. Thing about Freddy Sanchez squaring around too early was it gave Christian Guzman a chance to run to first base and beat Livan Hernandez. Watch him break. You see him square, he breaks for first base, and he's going to win the foot race between he and Sanchez. Livan would not have. So heads up play right there by Christian Guzman.
Next up, the left fielder Aubrey Huff. He's 1 for 7 in the series.
It's been nice to hold him in check. As I said before, he's got an .821 slugging percentage since June 30th. but he got that one base hit last night.
Nets have walked him a couple of times. He has scored 3 runs. They play him as a pull hitter, not a true shift. But Guzman is a step onto the outfield grass, and Ian Desmond is nearly up the middle. Adam Dunn maybe not as close to the first baseline as you would expect against a soft tossing pitcher.
Here's some all-time slugging percentages against Livan Hernandez. Aubrey Huff right there, number 5. Some serious power guys up there. Look at those. 1571 by Ken Griffey Jr. Well, with first base open, you'll see Livan probably pitch around Aubrey Huff. 3-0 now, just might as well put him on, but sets up a force play. You can get the double play on a ground ball. I don't know, though. Do you walk Huff to get the Posey?
I think I'd rather take my chances against this guy.
Yes, I would.
Or else throw nothing but balls down around the knees to the young catcher coming up now with 2 on and 1 out. Slugging percentage, by the way, is determined by dividing the total bases by the total times at bat. So that's how it can be higher than 1 point something.
Yep.
And here's Posey hitting .351. It's only his 38th major league game. And he showed us some serious pop last night, taking that ball out to right center. Michael Morris had done that in the series. Posey did it over that scoreboard in right center. Looks to me, Rob, as we have now been in this ballpark for 2.5 years, that the ball carries extremely well right in front of the big scoreboard and over the low scoreboard in right center field. Nothing out there to deter the ball. No wind ever coming in from that direction because of the scoreboard. And that seems to be a bit of a jet stream in this ballpark.
Yes, it is.
Good pitch down and away. Strike 2.
Seen Ryan Zimmerman hit a bunch of home runs there. Adam Dunn obviously hits a ton of home runs there. But Posey showing some opposite field power last night.
Breeze is blowing from the left field corner to the right field corner today. So it's a bit out of the northwest. And a 1-2 with 2 men aboard. Levo tries to go with a fastball and misses.
Well, and normally Livan has a really nice swing back 2-seam fastball that he can try to backdoor right-handers with. Almost seems like he's overthrowing the ball a little bit. Not that the velocity's up to 90, but his arm speed seems to be a little quicker on that pitch.
And the big slow one just inside. On deck, Travis Ishikawa, who's had a good series. Giants have emptied their dugout of left-handed batters today. We've seen Huff, Ishikawa on deck, runners going, ball 4, bases loaded. And against a very good left-handed batter who doesn't play every day, the Nats are now in danger of giving up first inning runs for their 10th time in 11 games. We know what the infield is going to be looking for here. Ishikawa has only grounded into 1 double play this year. Base hit. They're going to send 2 runners here. Michael Morse's throw late. Good coaching at third by Tim Flannery on a ball that was not hit that hard. And the Giants are on the board. And the Nationals continue to have first inning nightmares. 10 of 11 games now giving up first inning runs.
Well, it looks like a changeup that he just kind of sends in there. It's off the end of the bat to Ishikawa. Looked like a broken bat single, and Tim Flannery recognizing that it wasn't hit well. Even though it's a pretty strong throw by Michael Morse, no shot at getting Aubrey Huff. Not the greatest slide by Mr. Huff. He'll pay for that a little bit later with some bumps and bruises. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of reminiscent of his start in Detroit, where he just came out of the chute and didn't have an awful lot.
Yeah, and in that game he was walking people, which is rare for Levon. He's walked 2 here. And Uribe, the hitter. Juan Uribe, 1 for 4 in the series, but he has 3 RBIs. Including the 2. First inning hasn't been a problem for Levon until today, really.
Yeah, I think it was that second inning in Detroit where it all fell apart for him. 8 runs in that game in 6 2/3. But it's not so much velocity for Levon that keeps him out there for 7 innings at a time. It's the movement on his pitches. Right now, it just doesn't look like he's getting the movement he wants.
In that Detroit game, he gave up 4 runs in the second, but only 2 hits. 3 walks doomed him. Then he settled down, gave up a run the following inning, ended up lasting into the 7th.
I think wasn't it a big 3-run home run by Bosch that put him out of the game?
It was, and then he walked Carlos Guillen, and that was all she wrote. On the big slow curveball, Uribe just stuck the bat out, fouled it off. Braves and the Mets are underway. Good pitching matchup in New York. Derek Lowe and Johan Santana. And after the Phillies walked off with a win last night, they're playing the Phillies, or rather the Reds behind Cole Hamels, and no score there, bottom of the first. And a swing and a miss and a badly needed out.
Yep.
Levon with a fastball away, upper 80s.
Huge strikeout right here. Already given up a couple of runs, first and second with 1 out, and he gets Uribe on the high heat.
That'll bring up Pablo Sandoval. Switch hitting third baseman. His only 3 times on base in this series walks. On the corner. Nationals start this final game before the break, 13.5 behind the Braves. Giants are 4 behind San Diego. Now 4 teams in the West within 4 games of each other. What a race. Colorado's won 6 in a row. The Rockies are a game back of the Padres. And the Dodgers are just 2 back. That'll be some second half to keep an eye on. Nats trying to win their 40th of the year today. They have 50 losses. He doesn't leave anything in the bag, as we say, when he takes those swings.
No, not the Kung Fu Panda. He's going to let it all hang out, so to speak. And it gets the umpire right in the face of Jim Wolf. It's a little stinger.
Pudge will give him a little time by going out to visit his pitcher. Nationals at home, as we mentioned earlier, 25-20. 14-29 on the road. Giants are a sub-500 team on the road as well, 21-24. Soft breaking ball popped up. Pudge Rodriguez using his mitt as shade, and he's got it. Levon struggles, gives up 2, and the Nats take on Bumgarner. right out of the chute, and the Nats, hitting .259, 8th in the league and 13th in runs, need to answer here. There's the lineup. Adam Dunn is the story of this team offensively right now. And against the West, he has worn out that division. 22 homers on the year, tied for first in the league with Joey Votto of Cincinnati. His RBI total is in the top 10. Total bases, number 1. Extra base hits, number 1. 3 hits, 2 homers in this series. And here's 20-year-old Madison Bumgarner. Yeah. Did I say 20?
You said 20. He's just a baby. Raw talent. This is his 5th career start at 20 years old. He's got a 4-to-1, though, strikeout to walk ratio in 5 starts. Great arm. Can throw very well in the 90s. Had 8 scoreless innings against the Brew Crew in his last outing. And let's give him the old Nationals welcome, okay?
How about some long counts and some base hits to follow? His 3 starts this year, he's gone 7, 7, and 8. Pitched a little bit for the Giants last year as a 19. Well, he was 20 already. His birthday's in August. And there's Nigel Morgan popping one up out of play. 4 games, 1 start last year. And he was the 10th overall player taken 3 years ago. Man, we are seeing kids getting to the big leagues so fast these days, it's mind-boggling. And hits Nigel Morgan.
Take that.
Fastball up and in. Niger hit by a pitch for the 5th time this year. Giants defensively, Aubrey Huff, Aaron Rowan, and Nate Schierholtz. Juan Uribe, Freddy Sanchez, half the middle. Sandoval, Ishikawa, the corners. And their outstanding young catcher, Buster Posey. He's caught 4 of 11 opposing base runners this year. Nationals have swiped 3 bases in the series. Here's Christian Guzman from the right side, 351. Morgan getting his first look at Bumgarner in terms of his move. On the grass at third, Sandoval. Double play depth for Uribe and Sanchez. He had Nigel Morgan moving back to the bag that time.
Well, and with Freddy Sanchez playing back and not at double play depth, it'd be nice right here to see Christian try to push one by Bumgarner, who's fallen off towards third base. Try to at least get one of those runs back here in the first.
Oh, that's a double play.
That's not what you needed.
Freddy Sanchez, just prior to that pitch, came in about 4 steps, and then the ball right to him. Can't get any easier than that for the Giants' 64th double play of the year.
As Bob talked about, he was deep, then he came in a little shallow. Probably didn't want to give away the pitch. And there you see the easy 4-6-3 double play.
Here's Ryan Zimmerman, 2 for 8 with an RBI this weekend. Ryan up the middle, that's a base hit.
Well, and now you see if he had sacrificed Niger to second, it'd be 2-1 right now.
Yep. Ryan setting first half personal records in 5 different offensive categories. Pretty sweet looking swing when he gets extended, isn't it?
Yep. And even when he doesn't get the sweet part of the bat on it, he still swings so hard that he's able to shoot it by Uribe, whose range has fallen off over the years.
Adam Dunn has set career highs at the break in 4 categories. Uh-oh.
Oh, nice job recovering by Ryan Zimmerman there.
If Posey comes up throwing immediately, he would have had Ryan Zimmerman. Now, that's the one thing about this ballpark you have to be aware of. It's not some padded backstop back there. That ball comes off that limestone, and it flies back to the catcher.
Well, here you go. This is like 95, 96, right by Posey. May have crossed him up. It's hard to do with a guy on first, but Posey never laid leather on it, and you see Ryan scampering back to first.
One of the categories in which Adam Dunn has not set a personal high in the first half, home runs. He's had more than 22 in the past at the break. There's a big breaking ball that stays upstairs. .89 hits, the slugging percentage. Also his doubles and his extra base hits. Pretty good pitch away. And the count 2-2.
Oh, this kid's just got a great arm. Throw low to mid to high 90s at times. Great slider, good changeup. Like Steven Strasburg, you're going start to start against guys you've never seen before.
And he blows it by Adam Dunn, who strikes out for the 108th time. Nats get a hit batter and a base hit. Don't score. 2-0 Giants.
Giants, but it could have been a lot worse. Livan Hernandez gives up a couple of early runs on that single by Ishikawa, but then he settles down. Will strike out Uribe with the high cheese, and then he will get Mr. Sandoval to pop up on the slow curve, and Pudge almost trips over the bat. But nice job by Lebo, keeping it to a 2-run first inning.
Minimizing the damage. Number 8 for the Giants here, top of the second. And it's Nate Scherholtz, 1 for 5 with an RBI. The thing about the Giants, they've got some really good players who don't always play every day and get 4 at-bats. Ishikawa at times. This guy Scherholtz, they're good left-handed bats off the bench. When there's a left-hander pitching against the Giants and they don't start, when you're matching up later with a bullpen. Bruce Bochy has a lot of interchangeable parts on this ball club. That'll catch the zone right up at the top of the inside corner, 1-2 with a pitcher on deck.
Kinetic on the pitch track here, 1-1. Levo trying to run that two-seamer back in there. Gets it.
And this one popped out into left center. Got some carry to it. Willingham there. Ball game underway for just under a half hour. And at 2 o'clock at our nation's capital, 89 degrees at game time. The Giants came out hot and scored 2 runs. Rob Dibble back with us today. Bob Carpenter, Debbie Taylor, right here on Mass in HD. We will next join you Friday night from Florida, the Nats and the Marlins.
Well, and thank you for the warm sentiments yesterday. And
well, you were missed.
Phil Wood and Mike Rizzo and Johnny Holiday filling in. Very nice job.
Little chopper right in front of the plate. Pudge pounces. 2 outs. Second inning, so we talk about our Luna double. Call for the Luna double. Get your second room of flooring at 877-241-LUNA. Who are the guys who can still hit with 2 strikes? How about Posey? Right behind Polanco. Rafael Furcal just made it to the All-Star team. Former Nat Marlon Byrd and the Giants' Edgar Renteria.
Edgar's always been a clutch guy. Placido Polanco should be at that All-Star game. A little banged up. Jose Reyes just took himself out of the All-Star game with the bad oblique muscle that he hurt back against us. Well, actually, before he got here, he swung a bat in Puerto Rico and injured himself.
Aaron Rowan with a base hit up the middle first time.
And like you said, Aaron Rowan's all-star player, was signed with a lot of money to come over here years ago from the Phillies. Been in the World Series, and he's backing up Torres. Torres hadn't gotten hurt. Had a huge home run late in the game last night. No, I think, Bob, you're only as good as your bench. You know, when you look at, say, the situation the Red Sox are in right now.
Oh, my.
Your bench is your starting lineup right now, with all their injuries.
There are fans from Pawtucket who know everybody on that team right now. This a little flare to center. Here comes Niger. He will get there in time to make that play. Willingham, and then Rodriguez and Morse. Off here in the bottom of the second. Here's our FCA sideline report with Debbie Taylor. Visit FCA.org, the Association for IT Pros. And Debbie, Josh is a giving guy.
He sure is. He always is. And taking part in a special salute to the troops today, teaming up with the USO and Microsoft to pack backpacks for the families of the servicemen and women in the D.C. area.
It's always good to go do stuff like that, and there's a lot of people volunteering up there, so doing a really good work, and we just glad we could go up there and help out and stuff some bags and, you know, make some kids happy.
Matt Capps joining Josh Willingham. They put a lot of smiles on the faces of the volunteers. 135 of them there, packing 5,000 backpacks with school supplies. So often, you know, the troops get things out in Afghanistan and Iraq, but their families back home are often left forgotten. And this is a way to remember them and help the kids as they get ready to go to school in the August-September time zone.
Thank you, Debbie. Willingham on 0-2. Right through Pablo Sandoval.
Thank you, Mr. Panda.
That'll be his 6th error of the year. The Nats got a runner to lead off the first on a hit batter, and now an error.
Looks like a sure out right here, but it's hit very hard. He comes up, the ball stays down. So try to take advantage of that miscue right there by the Giants. They don't do it that often. They have an excellent defense.
Pudge Rodriguez is next. Giants only their 38th error of the year. They're 3rd best in the league in that department. Reds have made 35. The Padres just 33. And the error will hurt. 2 men aboard now as Pudge goes the other way.
Sweet.
Now you have a heavy hitting number 7 guy coming up.
Pudge taking his heat on the inner half, going the other way.
Base hit number 2,774, by the way.
Watched him do a lot of that this year. Derek Jeter, another guy that loves to get the ball in on him, and so he can take it the other way. And that brings up, like you said, Michael Morse.
Mike 2 for 4 in this series with a home run. The wind has died down here, but with this hot weather, ball's going to be jumping if you get it in the air with authority. Low it inside. Mike has started 16 games prior to today. In those games, he's hitting .353. And he likes the home cooking. It's a fair ballpark. Hit it good. It'll go out just about anywhere. But you have to hit the ball well here. No cheapies. 2-0.
4 for 13 with runners in scoring position.
He's had a few fireworks go off since the first of the month. But that's a double play ball. Right at the shortstop. Over to third, Willingham with 2 outs. The Giants turn their second of the day.
Check out the pitch sequence to Michael Morse by Bumgarner. Throws him a slider in. Throws him, it looks like a cutter in, and then he throws him another one out over the plate, but away enough to where you try to pull that ball instead of punch it to right, and you hit it on the ground to Uribe, and it's a double play. So not a great 2-0 pitch, Bob, but effective nonetheless. Ball was hit hard, though. Our guys are not hitting any cheapies right now.
Ian Desmond hitless in the ball game last night. Had a chance to bunt a runner ahead late in the game. Couldn't do it. He did sit out the ball game on Friday. No swing, says Darryl Cousins, and the count's even 1-1.
Did you say that Bumgarner reminds you a little bit of Mark Langston?
Yeah, in build and delivery. You're right.
He's kind of got that nice compact delivery, and then the ball just explodes out of his hand. Although Mark Langston had an amazing curveball.
But you had to bring that name up. Another bad trade by the old Expos that helped to gut this organization before it got to Washington.
That was back in my day, though. I think that was '89. Because Randy Johnson and I came up about the same time.
You can't blame Omar Minaya for that.
No, you can't. I think that was Murray Cook made that deal. But yeah, that was when renting players was the norm back then. They thought they would be able to re-sign Langston. They rented him for a few months, and he signed with the Angels afterward. And Randy Johnson, obviously, we know he went on to the Hall of Fame career, starting with the Mariners when he really took off.
That's why the Tigers traded a young John Smoltz for Doyle Alexander, who did help them to the playoffs. Desmond strikes out, 2 Ks for Bumgarner, and 2 double plays, keeping the Nats scoreless. first half of the season, but it's the Giants on top 2-0. So in about 2 weeks or so, maybe 3, the Nats will be back here on a Sunday for the family fun pack. The ticket includes a seat, hot dog, chips, and a soda, starting at just $14. Visit nationals.com/kids to purchase your family fun pack tickets. So the next time the Nats will be here on a Sunday will be August 1st against the Fightin' Phils. Next homestand, 3 with Atlanta, 3 with Philadelphia. Top of the third, here's Freddy Sanchez. He bunted Rowan to second base after he singled. Rowan's single in the first. Aubrey Huff and Posey walked with the bases loaded. Travis Ishikawa single to right, driving in the 2 runs. Good looking fastball by Levon. The Mets have a run in the bottom of the third at New York. Braves batting, top 4, New York 1-0. The Reds and the Phillies are still scoreless. And a base hit by Sanchez. His first of the series after going 0 for 7 with a sacrifice and 2 walks. Later today, the Marlins, who lost again last night, are at Arizona. Florida's now 11 games out. Alex Sanabia throwing for them today.
Levon does well against the 3-4-5 hitters. 283 against the 3 hitter, 224 cleanup, and 229 against the number 5 hitters.
So that's all lineups that have faced him this year?
Kyle, yes.
Interesting.
And Kyle, not yes.
Glad both of you could return to work today. Aubrey Huff is on fire. He's really having a good season. And right now he shapes up as one of the best free agent acquisitions in the league. That ball lasered to center. Morgan pulls up. Probably a wise decision. With the runner already aboard, if he makes a mistake, that's a run and probably 3 bags for the hitter. And now the hot Buster Posey comes up again.
There's Buster Posey taking Miguel Batista yard to right center field. You saw the one-hand full extension swing. The young man is very strong.
And a one-hand full extension catch by a Giants fan.
And it was an excellent catch by the Giants fan, too, barehanded. Jim Wolf with the round-the-horn home run signal. And I never really get to see a lot of Masson's work at home, and so I was watching and digging some of that zoom-in stuff that they were showing you.
Yeah. Here's Posey. Walked his first time. Appears to have a good batting eye. In his young major league career, 38 games, he struck out 15 times, walked 8 times. All of his power coming on the road. That's interesting. AT&T Park, a big park, and obviously a pitcher's park. Well, but you know what? He'll hit a few, Rob, right, because the warm weather is coming in San Francisco. It hasn't warmed up there yet. It's warmer there in September than it is in June.
Well, and Posey's not going to be able to go to right center at AT&T. But left center is where Barry Bonds used to tell me that's the place to go, where the ball carries the best there. So for Buster, he's going to just have to get the head out a little quicker and go to left center to get some more home runs. It's kind of like Citi Field. I mean, once you figure it out, it took David Wright 2 years. David Wright's having a fantastic year.
2-1 pitch. That ball is drilled to left center. Morgan back. Off the wall. 2 runs will score. And Posey will go to third base standing up. The kid hits another big hit in this series. Drives in 2 more runs. And everything we heard about Buster Posey is turning out to be true.
Well, he keeps his hands back perfectly on the slow curve ball. Then he gets full extension. And 2 more runs come in. Posey gets a triple.
4-0 Giants. And the Nats have now given up over 50 runs in the 10 games of this homestand. And the 10th game has a ways to go.
Well, it's not easy to chase down the lead all the time. I mean, 11 of those runs have come in the first inning. And constantly trailing going into the later innings is not easy either.
Since Steven Strasburg showed up 1 month and 3 days ago, there's been very little to go with his starts, other than leave on once or twice and Stammen at Atlanta. But nothing else, Rob, you think back on the last month really that memorable in terms of any starter. And Craig, of course, now has struggled his last 2 starts since that very good outing at Turner Field. 2-1 to Ishikawa. He's driven in 2 runs. The infield's in. He'll drive it to center. That'll be deep enough to score Posey. 5-0 Giants. Here's Uribe with 1 out in the 3rd. Juan struck out first time, 1 for 5 in the series. Well, the Nats had high hopes for a really good homestand after winning the opener on Friday night. And you hate to harp on it, but you're looking in the face of a 10-game road trip out of the break that could determine how the rest of the season goes. Florida always tough. Cincinnati, first place team. A troubled Milwaukee ball club, but dangerous nonetheless. Big breaking ball for the strikeout. His only strikeout victim, Uribe, twice.
Nice big breaking ball. He gets Uribe to chase it. So Uribe, a couple of punch outs already against Levon. Pablo Sandoval steps in.
He fouled out to Pudge Rodriguez first time. Giants will be doing some scoreboard watching later today, no matter how this one goes, with San Diego trying to salvage a game at Colorado. Richard and Francis pitching there. If the Rockies win and sweep that series, there will be a first-place tie in the West at the break. Sandoval pops up. Nigel Morgan using his glove for shade. Tough sky today. He has it. Levon gives up 3 runs, gets the next 3 batters, and it's all Giants, 5-0.
Back to you, Jerome. Budweiser, it's what we do.
Giants. Nats better get busy. Leave on to lead off in the third, and every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, where the Nats get home at the end of July, Miller Lite Party Night right here. You can, for $20, score a scoreboard pavilion seat and a drink voucher. And it's for prime games, it's just $2 more. Come early, pregame happy hour at the Miller Lite Scoreboard Walk Bar. $5 beers, live music, lots of things going on out there on Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays. It's in there to Levon, who's 3 for 28 this year, still looking for his 200th career hit. Wow, look at that difference. Oh, unlucky right at Sanchez. Levon hitting the ball right on the button. Top of the order now, Nyjer Morgan and Christian Guzman. These two hitters in this series, a combined 3 for 11. But Guzman's been on base 4 times. Giants have walked him 3 times. Nyjer hit by a pitch first time up today. Morgan is second in the league in steals, with Andrew McCutchen at Pittsburgh at 20. Michael Bourne of the Houston Astros with 28. But the caught stealing stat, of course, not that good. But Nyjer has a chance for somewhere between 30 and 40 steals on the year. Guzman 0 for 1 with a double play ball. And Nyjer Morgan works the count full. Bumgarner is from Hudson, North Carolina. (12-2) last year before the Giants called him up. He was at Single-A San Jose and then Double-A Connecticut. Giants AAA is Fresno, but he never pitched there. Called up at the end of the season and made 4 appearances, 1 start. And a 3-2 coming. Morgan stays alive. How about the finish to his high school career? He hit a walk-off 2-run inside the park homer in the state championship game. Does it get any crazier than that?
Nope.
Nyjer strikes out on a pitch off the plate. Third strikeout for Bumgarner with Guzman coming up. Let's check in with trivia. Which pitcher has started the most games since 2000?
I think it's Levon.
Well, you look at the numbers, Rob. 33, 34, 33, 33, 35, 35, 24. 34 actually that year, Washington and Arizona. 33 for Arizona. His endurance has been amazing. From my quick look at the stat sheet here, he has started at least 31 games every year since 2000. 30 the year before that, and 33 in 98. So his endurance has been amazing.
Well, we know it's not Rich Harden.
Ooh. If it's not Levon, who could it be?
Maybe somebody like Barry Zito.
Jamie Moyer was banished to the bullpen for a short time.
That's, I think, Derek Lowe has never been on the disabled list, but he was a reliever for 3 years.
Guzman takes that one right on the boot. That was a breaking ball that really veered in on him, and he had nowhere to go. That'll get Zimmerman to the plate here with 2 outs. Look at that crystal blue sky today, just gorgeous here at the ballpark. 89 at game time. And the Nats need to put a dent in this 5-run deficit with their big guns here. Quite a sweep on that breaking ball, doesn't he?
Does. It's effectively wild with that slider. A lot like Randy Johnson. Make lefties cringe and righties bail out.
Did he stop? He did stop. And the count goes 2-1.
Gerald Cousins says no. He did not go. Did he go? I would say he did. Thank you, Daryl.
Ryan Zimmerman also experiencing some career highs in the first half. He's never had more than 14 home runs. The .297 average is a high. Also, his 42 walks, his .383 on base percentage, and his slugging percentage. So Ryan really having a good first half. You know, if he hadn't gone through that 2-week skid during that trip to Cleveland and Detroit and then the first week back home, he would be having a first half for the ages.
Yeah, but no hitter stays hot all season.
That's the
why they make. Yeah, that's why the best ones still make out 7 out of 10 times.
Guess how about the only guys who stayed hot all year were George Brett, Rogers Hornsby, and Ted Williams.
Ty Cobb.
Guys who hit 400 or near 400. With the runner going, Ryan hacks it right back to the screen.
Well, it just shows last night while I was watching the game, you see Jim Riggleman do a heck of a lot more. Runners in motion, things like that when you have the lead and you're trying to add on, then now you're kind of handcuffed because you're down 5. And every out, every run is critical. You just can't manage the same way when you're chasing down a 5-run lead.
This ball is drilled to right. It is run down by Nate Scherholtz. And the Nats are gone in the third. They've stranded 2 runners and trail by 5. Giants. Levon roughed up for 2 in the first, 3 in the third. And the Giants have swung the bats well. Travis Ishikawa got a going lob with that 2-run bases-loaded single.
Off the end of the bat, he'll plate a couple of runs, and then Buster Posey making it happen in a big way. Takes that slow curveball off the base of the wall in center field, and a couple of more come in, and now it's 5-0 Giants.
Posey would score on the Ishikawa sac fly, so those two guys have all the RBIs. Nate Scherholtz leads off, Bumgarner the pitcher, and then Aaron Rowand, top 4 for San Francisco. Phillies have picked up a run and lead the Reds 1-0. Backdoor breaking ball on the corner, and it's 0-2. The race in the West is by far the closest in baseball. In the East, nobody's within 4 games of the lead. In the Central, 1 team is. In the AL East, only 2 teams are within 4 games of each other. There are 3 in the AL Central and nobody in the West. And there's a good pitch by Levon on the outside corner that has Nate Scherholtz walking away. So the NL West is the division of interest right now.
Kinetic on the pitch track. Scherholtz will watch this backdoor slider all the way back to the dugout, shaking his head.
Kinetic North America provides world-class technology to our national and homeland security customers. Bumgarner goes up hacking. That ball's trouble if it's fair, and it's just fouled down into the corner. Hit that ball over 300 feet the other way. Kind of a blind corner to us, but our cameras can find him, and about 4 to 5 feet foul.
So that he might have possibly had an Inland Park home run, is what you're saying.
Maybe that's how he hit that one in high school.
Since he's 3 years away from high school.
Maybe that field didn't have a fence and he hit the line and it kept on going. I remember when I was a kid and we got to play on a fenced field for the first time. That was like, this is unbelievable.
And of course, the kid is born in Hickory, North Carolina.
That's trouble. Levon bare hands throws, and he got him. Well played by Levon Hernandez, who had to run about 50 feet toward the line just to pick that ball up. Yeah, that's Tobacco Road basketball country down there.
Well, Madison hits this swinging bunt right here, and Zim knows he doesn't have a chance. Levon picks it up, quick throw, just gets him by a step as Madison is taking care of himself here and conserving a little energy, but he now makes his home in Lenoir, North Carolina. Well, Hickory just reminds me of Hoosiers.
Oh, yeah, Hickory, Indiana.
Yeah.
Hinkle Fieldhouse stands to this day where they filmed that. I think that's where the Butler Bulldogs play. What a program they have. And quickly it's 0-2 on Aaron Rowand as Levon Hernandez tries to get a 1-2-3 inning here. He did it in the second against these same 3 hitters. Trying to catch the corner with a breaker, and it's 2-2.
All right, your favorite sports movie?
Field of Dreams.
Good one. Kevin Costner.
Probably the natural, a close second. Maybe 8 men out, third. I love the authenticity of 8 men out. Ball driven to right center. Here comes Michael Morse. He'll catch it shoulder high. And a 1-2-3 from Levon. Adam Dunn, Josh Willingham, and Pudge Rodriguez. Adam Dunn, 5 home runs on this homestand. His big bat coming up. President's race. It's Christmas in July here with the Nationals and the Marine Corps doing their Toys for Tots toy drive. Did anybody really think Teddy was going to win carrying that sack of toys?
I knew he'd probably stop and be generous to the little children over there.
That's win number 15 for George, right?
Yep.
The other two have 17?
The other two have 17. So if I were a betting man, I'd say the next 2 home games, George W. wins.
Sounds a little suspicious to me. Parity has come to the President's race. At least 3 out of 4 of them. Here's Adam. And a fastball inside. Madison Bumgarner struck out Dunn with a runner aboard in the first inning. He turns on that one. Look out, folks. It bangs off a seat. Then another.
Well, the first time through the lineup, Bumgarner only threw 8 balls, so he was challenging guys. The first 3 hitters. The second time through, he threw 8 balls, so he's a little bit more cautious this time.
And Dunn to the right side. One guy can't reach it, the other can, and that'll be a base hit. Freddy Sanchez. We see some funny throws from second basemen when they have to go after balls in shallow right field, trying to get it to first base in time. So Adam Dunn continues to add to his career-high total of hits at the All-Star break.
There you see the triangle defense, Bob, and he gets it by Scherholtz. Or is that Ishikawa? Ishikawa at first, and then probably shouldn't throw it when a 6'6", 290-pound guy is barreling down on your 20-year-old left-hander.
Yeah. That's Adam Dunn's 90th hit of the year. Okay, guys, you're up by 5. Infield hit's not that big of a deal. They're chatting about it.
They're giving them a little rest, though. All that hard running for a 20-year-old to first base.
Young pitcher, young catcher.
Probably going, can you believe a couple years ago we were in high school? Now look at us.
Here's Josh Willingham, who hit the ball hard right between the spikes of Pablo Sandoval first time. He rips this one just foul. Yes, looked like they're taking some healthier hacks this time around against the rookie pitcher.
They hit a lot of balls hard the first time through the lineup. This time they look like they're expecting a lot of cutters on the inner half.
That's where the hammer likes the ball. He goes in the air to right field. And over toward the gap, Scherholz hauls it in for the first out. You can still buy 3 games, get a 4th one free. We call it the Flex Plan. A lot of fun happening at the ballpark. The guys will be back home just over 2 weeks from now. And go to nationals.com/2010 or call 202-675-NATS on this Flex Plan. Maximum of 4 tickets per purchase. Buy 3, get 4. Here's Pudge Rodriguez, who singled to right first time. He has about 65 feet of hitting room through the right side, with Ishikawa holding Adam Dunn. Pudge is a good hit and run guy, but the count often dictates that. And he's behind 0-2 now. So with a runner at first base, one of the best things a pitcher can do is get a strike and then shut down the opposing team's running game, although those opportunities are limited when you're down 5-0.
Bumgarner, 259 batting average against first trip through the lineup. Then it goes down 200, 174, 4th time 167.
I wonder how many starts a guy has to make before you really get a read on how he handles that. He's in his 4th start today.
I like the pattern, though, when you're looking at a 20-year-old.
And Rodriguez on a pitch away, off speed, diving away from it. 2 down, strikeout number 4.
Changes up right here with a change of pace. Slow breaking ball.
We used to call that a let-up pitch, but that term kind of describes a lack of hustle, so it went away a long time ago. Everything's off speed now. Here's Michael Morse. He gets jammed. Michael hit one out near where Buster Posey hit one last night. He went down and got a breaking ball there.
Yeah, Sanchez didn't have his best stuff last night, and that ball down, but not down enough. And Michael's got such a long reach. He swings a really big bat. When he hits one, he doesn't have to swing hard, and that's one thing that he's working out with Rick Eckstein. It's the quick hands, get it through the zone. The rest will go well for you, and just putting the ball in play, I think, has been the key to his success this year.
That's a breaking ball. Catches the top of the strike zone, outside corner. And Michael has to protect now on 1-2. One and 2 to Morse. Jammed again, fighting it off.
Well, the one thing that Madison Bumgarner loves to do so far that I've watched today is jam righties. Something I used to watch Al Leiter and Danny Jackson do a ton of. Mark Burley will do that. Most of their pitches are either a cut fastball or a slider that they're throwing right at the righty.
Broken bat, and the pitcher knocks it down. The barrel of the bat ends up by Pat Listash. So Bumgarner having an outstanding afternoon. He's only given the Nats 3 hits. He's got some run support. Break. International, and saluting our troops and thanking them for all the wonderful things they do, both here and abroad. Nationals honor them every day, every night here at the ballpark. And the players are tuned into that. Pudge always takes off his mask, turns around and applauds before receiving the warm-up tosses for that inning. Here's Freddy Sanchez, and the fifth is underway. Sacrifice in the first, leadoff base hit in the third. Each of his efforts have helped the Giants to crooked numbers on the board. 2 in the first, 3 in the third. Big breaking ball way out ahead.
Well, and he's also solidified the second base position for them, too.
He had Ray Durham there for years.
Ray Durham did a great job. I was a big fan of that young man. I finished my career with the White Sox and Brewers back in the mid-'90s when he was just coming up. Very nice career.
On a pitch in or half, a fly ball for Willingham. All right, let's talk about our AT&T trivia. And the pitcher with the most starts since 2000. Is it Levon?
It is.
At least 31 starts a year since then. That's something to really hang your hat on and be proud of. And as I mentioned tonight, or rather today before the game, he's now up to 117 innings on the year. And if Levon remains in the rotation for the rest of the season, there's a good chance he'll pitch 200. Let's look at the list.
Barry Zito's on there, Mr. Moyer, Jeff Suppan, Javier Vasquez. Most starts. Holy cow.
Right into the dugout, banging off the back wall. Willie Harris picks up the ball and points to fair territory. Well, why do you want him to hit it fair?
Wow, Aubrey's way out in front of those two balls. One at the end of the Nats dugout, that one right in the middle.
And the 0-2. And a breaking ball slowed down his bat. Ian Desmond behind the bag at second. 8 in a row for Hernandez. And the last man to get a hit is walking to the plate, Buster Posey, who took him about 390, maybe 395 to left center for a 2-run triple last time up. That was Buster Posey's second career triple. And they're on to something with this kid, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's...
What do you hear about him, Rob, defensively and as far as handling pitchers?
They say he's excellent. I mean, if you would trade away an excellent catcher of Benji Molina's stature and just basically say it's your time for Buster Posey. Everybody talked about his offense, but I like the way he calls a game. He's good at throwing base runners out. And I think his pitchers, once they warm up to him and get comfortable with him back there, this kid's going to have a very nice career.
He's 4 for 11 throwing out opposing base runners.
I mean, the toughest part for him is going to be handling the pitching staff. I think he's going to hit fine at the major league level. He's going to go up and go down. But, you know, getting to know each and every one of his pitchers, especially in the rotation, most difficult thing. I mean, you look at Matt Wieters in his situation with the Orioles. You know, taking over an entire staff is basically inheriting maybe 11, 12 children. And you have to know everything about them. And if they don't trust you, I mean, it's kind of like A.J. Burnett and Jorge Posada up in New York. If you don't trust the guy back there behind the plate, very difficult to pitch to that guy. Burnett's had all kinds of struggles.
On a full count. Now that you put it that way, I have a whole new respect for Joe Oliver.
Joe was a psychiatrist and a babysitter. Oh, poor Joe.
You and Randy Myers and Norm Charlton.
Oh my goodness, just those three, but we weren't the only ones.
Wow. Levon throws it by him and strikes out Posey. Levon Hernandez, 9 in a row. He has fanned 4. He'll bat after Desmond, maybe. Bottom of the 5th coming up. broadcast on Masson, brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Your local Ford dealer invites you to experience Ford like never before. Ford, drive one. Beautiful look at the monument on the reflecting pool on this day. And here's our game summary after 4.5. It's all Giants. Buster Posey, 2 RBIs. Travis Ishikawa has 3. Aubrey Huff has set up a couple of rallies with a walk and a base hit. And Madison Bumgarner has stopped the Nats. 4 strikeouts, no walks. And Rob Dibble, he goes into his 5th inning of work, and he's done a good job with a couple of double play balls.
Anytime he gets into jam, Bob, he's able to get inside on our guys or throw a pitch away like there to Morse. Morse chases it, hits it on the ground for a double play. Changing speeds, he just started that now the second and third time through the lineup. I think we're going to see a lot more of these change-ups, and there you see him just shattering the bat of Michael Moore. So he's getting inside big time on our righties and not giving anything to our lefties.
Well, when I said Levon maybe, I didn't know what would happen here, but it looks like Justin Maxwell will bat after Desmond in the 5th inning. Levon's pitching well now, but his team's down by 5 and starting to run out of time. Ian struck out swinging, first time up, 0 for 5 in this series. Overmatched on that one, and looks like Doug Slayton will take over.
Well, it's all hands on deck. This is like the last game of the season.
Everybody's available.
Everybody's available. So Johnny Hull's staff will get her going, I'm sure, today. You also want to give some guys that haven't had a lot of opportunities lately to get their feet wet and get some live action before they take the break.
Way inside to Desmond, 2-2. Levon Hernandez goes 5 innings. Gives up 5 runs on 5 hits, couple of walks, 4 strikeouts. 83 pitches, 54 strikes. He's not out of the game officially until Maxwell's announced. And that is about to happen. Desmond gone, 1 out. 5 strikeouts for Madison Bumgarner.
Well, he's throwing a very, very hard sinker. Right there you see his fastball. But this kid is just nice, free and easy.
Maxwell, first pitch swinging, fly ball right field for Nate Scherholtz. Battling the sun and flinching right until the time he caught it. There are no easy plays on high fly balls today.
Well, he's looking directly into the sun. You can see it coming off his sunglasses. He loses it. And sticks his hand up there. And what a great catch this is, though. You see him going, oh, I have no idea where it is, and then he catches it anyway.
Found it at the last moment. Nyjer Morgan 0 for 1, hit by a pitch. Nats bats are quiet today. Still 1-0 Mets. Top of the 6th at New York. Atlanta stopped by Johan Santana so far. And Morgan will serve one in the air, easy to left field for Aubrey Huff. On to the 6th in a hurry. Bumgarner just mowing down the Nats, and the Giants lead 5-0. on out of the ball game. Not the way you want this first half to end, with a couple of losses if the Nats don't come back.
Well, and now that's 13 straight scoreless innings by Madison Bumgarner, going back to his start against the Brewers. So the kid's got some good stuff. They're going to have to be a little bit more patient maybe this third time through the lineup and just try to get anything into play, try to make some contact and get 3-4 hits in a row against this kid, or else it's going to be another long day for the Nationals.
If the game remains one-sided and Doug Slayton's in the ballgame now, would Jim Riggleman give Matt Capps an inning of work a little later just to maybe get him ready for a possible All-Star game?
I would think so. I think he would already have talked to Matt Capps and said, hey, listen, no matter how the game goes, would you like an inning of work, maybe a couple of hitters, just to kind of get your arm fired up and get those muscles and everything firing before a few days before you might have to get into an all-star situation, because it is Matt Capps' first time. You want him to be as sharp as possible.
Travis Ishikawa, top of the sixth, and Doug Slayton about to throw the first pitch of his 24th appearance. Little change in velocity here. Ishikawa 1 for 1, base hit, sac fly, 3 RBIs. Left side playable for Zimmerman or Desmond. Who sees it better? Ian made the call. Coming from just a little bit of a different angle, he can see the ball better than Ryan Zimmerman. Here's our heading to Anaheim. Matt Capps' first appearance. Brian Wilson his second. Up there in the top 4 in the league in saves. Get ready for one blockbuster hit after another at Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races in West Virginia. They bring us our National League leaders, or at least guys near the top of the list. Capps has been the league leader throughout the first half, but his teammates haven't presented him with very many save opportunities lately. One Uribe to the shortstop. On the first pitch, he's gone. 2 outs here in the 6th. That'll bring up Pablo Sandoval. Sandoval 0 for 2 today, 0 for 7 in the series.
This is something we're going to have to do a little bit better in the second half, Bob. The starters this series, a combined 16 in the third innings pitched, 14 hits, 10 runs, 14 Ks, 5 walks, and that's putting Strasburg and his 3 hits, 1 run, and 8 Ks in there, along with Stammen and Hernandez.
Off-speed pitch. Zimmerman scoops it, and a good inning for Doug Slayton. And the Giants now have had their 12 hitters retired in a row. Guzman leads off. Our next TV game will be Friday at 7. Masson 2 HD and Steven Strasburg scheduled to go against the Marlins at Sun Life Stadium. ERA down to 2.32. 3 wins, 2 losses. He wins 6, as Rob said, against the Giants Friday. A run on 3 hits, 8 strikeouts. Marlins, well, they're starting to be determined. Hanley Ramirez and company will be a handful as the Nats go to South Florida next weekend. Video from our last visit.
The Nats go where LeBron went. South Florida.
I asked a writer today if Strasburg starting will have an impact on their attendance. They said only if LeBron throws out the first pitch.
Bumgarner's at 15 straight scoreless innings, Kyle tells me. 3 earned runs in his last 20 innings pitched.
Wow. Who does he think he is? Pitcher of the week? 1-2 to Guzman. 0 for 1 with a double play ball and hit by a pitch. Zimmerman and Dunn to follow if the Nats are going to make a move today. This may have to be the inning. The Mets have added a run and lead the Braves now up in New York 2-0. Ike Davis has hit his 11th homer of the year. Cincinnati still trails at Philly. Their bottom 5. Phil's 1-0. There's the Nationals box score. Not a whole lot in there. A Zimmerman first inning hit. Dunn in the 4th. Rodriguez in the 2nd. That's it. Nationals out hit the Giants 13-4 Friday night. It was their 7th win of the season of 5 runs or more. And then the disappointment of last evening. And Guzman about to be disappointed as well by that call. 6 strikeouts for Bumgarner. A 20-year-old kid who's making a veteran lineup look pretty helpless at the moment.
Well, he seems to have the advantage right there. Christian Guzman, who was 34 for 96 off left-handed pitching, is now 34 for 97 with that backward K.
And according to the pitch track, that was about 4 baseballs outside. But he's around the plate and he's getting calls. You might as well stay out there. If any right-handed hitters like the ball middle in, they better be thinking about right field here pretty quickly. Just wearing out that outside corner.
Well, for a young pitcher that's never seen this lineup and the lineup vice versa, now they've only seen each other a couple of times, you stay away from them as much as you can and let them prove they can hit that outside pitch. You know, but he, at the same time, he's been jamming the heck out of guys at will. So, I mean, he's controlling both sides of the plate.
Zimmerman's got that right field idea.
He's got a nice cut fastball, though. Very reminiscent of Al Leiter. Made an awful lot of money and won a lot of ball games with a cut fastball and on righties.
Because of the 6 strikeouts, pitch count getting up there. This kid made 14 starts at AAA Fresno and went 7-1 with a 3.18 ERA. Breaking ball, Ryan stays with it.
And you see how even a very good hitter, all-star silver slugger like Ryan Zimmerman, got Ivan Rodriguez, they're leaning out over the plate. And once they start leaning, then he's jamming them inside. I mean, that's exactly how you pitch at this level. But you throw a lot of strikes. He works ahead in the count, and he gets you on the defensive quickly.
Great percentage there. 2-2 with one out. And Ryan turns on one. Fair ball behind the bag. Sandoval close and out. Not a ball you can charge at all. And Jim Riggleman's going to talk this one over with Darryl Cousins.
By the way, while we have a moment, Bob Shepard of the Yankees passed away. 99 years old, so we should pay our respects and give our best to his family. But Bob Shepard, I've met him a few times.
A real gentleman.
Yep. Reggie Jackson coined the phrase about him, said he was the voice of God as far as from the Yankees booth. The PA announcer since 1951 with the Yankees.
Ooh.
That's a bang-bang play, and for an umpire, he's listening to the sound of the ball hitting the mitt, watching the foot hit the bag. You be the judge.
I thought Zimmerman was on the bag when the ball was caught. As Adam Dunn slices one to left center, that call hurts. On a base hit by Adam, and he's 2 for 3 today. And a really beautiful job of hitting the ball the other way. Taking what the pitcher's giving him.
Pulled one through the shift, and this time he says, I'll beat the shift. I'll go to left field. We could really use some laying down some smack-em-yak-em here by the hammer.
Josh 0 for 2, 1 for 6 in the series.
What was his last home run?
Josh Willingham's last home run was July 2nd against Jonathan Neese a week ago Thursday. First game of this homestand. One of the hammer homers, the Nats usually win, right?
Yes.
That was actually the Friday night game. Willingham homered leading off the 7th. But that night, the Mets had that 4-run fourth when Alex Cora hit the 3-run triple and beat the Nats 5-3. Been a long homestand, and today's game will determine, as I said earlier, whether it's a mediocre one at 5-5 or a good one at 6-4. 5-0 Giants, bottom of the 6th. Willingham takes one over the plate, but low. 2-2.
89 pitches, 62 for strikes.
At 70%. Willingham, base hit on a breaking ball that was sitting upstairs. Now the call at first base really hurts. 2-on-2 out, and we'll see if Bud Rodriguez can extend the inning. It's the first time today the Nationals have 2 hits in the same frame.
Well, like we talked about, put a few hits together. Just you hate to see it with 2 outs. You don't have much margin for error, but right there, the hammer gets one over the plate. Doesn't try to kill it. He just puts it out there. Now it's up to Pudge Rodriguez to keep it going.
Pudge 1 for 2, opposite field hit, back in the 2nd.
Another off-speed breaking ball there by Bumgarner.
Yeah, when in trouble today, and there hasn't been much of that, he's gone soft. As Rob mentioned, little ground balls, jam shots. And a 1-1 to Rodriguez.
Well, into, Adam Dunn, singles are not killing him. Willingham gets a single. He's just tough to square up because he goes inside and outside so much.
Because of the pitch count, Casilla getting ready for the Giants. And strike 2 to Pudge Rodriguez.
Here's that cutter in.
hit. It almost hit DJ Rayburn, the umpire. The ball's fumbled, and Adam Dunn, who had stopped at third, never does go home. Oh, boy. Aaron Rowan was hurrying, and he fumbled the ball.
Even on Aaron Rowan's arm with 2 outs, you got to send Adam Dunn on this. It's been tough to get anything going on this kid. 2 outs, Rowan comes up and doesn't have the ball, but Pat Listash had already stopped Adam Dunn at third.
And I think we saw Rowan was looking up as that ball got to his glove, and he missed it. Dunn had stopped, and then by the time he realized the ball was fumbled, he couldn't restart.
It's up to Michael Morse to make Bumgarner pay right here.
Incredibly, the tying run is in the on-deck circle now as the Nats load the bags here with 2 outs in the 6th. Michael's 0 for 2 with a pair of ground balls. Off the full windup, Bumgarner.
Interesting.
Indicates he's got a 5-run lead. He just wants to worry about the hitter.
Well, and Adam Dunn should be about halfway down third baseline.
In case of a wild pitch, you're right.
Sandoval is 15 feet behind the bag. I guess Madison wants more arms and legs coming at the hitter right here, and he throws a changeup. To kill the ball right here, just try to put it in play. Hopefully hit a gap.
That's the first him to throw a lot of pitches this inning. He's nearing 100. This all started with 2 outs on a Dunn base hit to left center. Willingham to left. Rodriguez up the middle. And Michael Morse will pop it up to right field. Easy play for Scherholtz, and the Nats are gone. They've stranded 6 and still haven't scored against the rookie pitcher. A homestand in 2 weeks after the long road trip. And on Saturday the 31st, first 15,000 fans in the ballpark receive a free Niger Morgan bobblehead presented by PNC Bank. Make sure to get here early, and that'll be our second bobblehead giveaway of the year. More info at nationals.com. Another inning of work for Doug Slayton. Bottom of the order. We'll see if the Giants hit for the pitcher. Madison Bumgarner does have a bat and a helmet and is out there near the on-deck circle. He's thrown 98 pitches.
It's like Drew Storen getting ready down in our pen.
Slayton due to bat second in the bottom of the 7th.
I like Drew. He gets pretty much full steam by about 5 pitches in.
And a 1-0. Shearholtz 0 for 2. Fly ball to left. A taken now. Third strike. On a pitch that was hanging a bit. Here comes Morse. And Michael will get there to grab it. Let's have a look at the box score for the Giants. All the damage from the top 5 hitters in their lineup today. The 6, 7, 8 guys are 0 for 9. And the big blows, of course, the Posey triple in the 3rd. The Ishikawa bases loaded single in the 1st. And they're going to stretch out the rookie here, Rob, and have him keep pitching. Evidently.
Well, he's going to have a nice rest, too, during the break. And July 6th, he went 115 pitches. In the 1st, he went 111 pitches. I also think Dave Righetti's one of the best at handling pitchers. He's done a great job with Kane and Lincecum. And Sanchez is still a work in progress, but
Brian Wilson's developed into a very good closer under him. It's not just starters, is it?
Nope, but those starters have all been very young when he got them.
That ball's well hit to center, but Niger is after it. Pretty good poke by the pitcher. 380 feet to dead center. 5 in a row for Slayton, top of the order coming up. There are Triple Crown candidates over in the American League. Look how close to the top Miguel Cabrera and Josh Hamilton are. And Miguel Cabrera, and I know, Rob, you and I talked to their broadcasters when we were in Detroit. They think he's the best hitter in baseball right now, not Albert Pujols. Now they get to see him.
Yeah, they get to see him every day, but Albert has the best 10 years in the major leagues of anybody who's ever played. So, you know, it's kind of hard to argue. But yes, as far as a guy that has 5 years in the major leagues, I would agree with that. In the American League,
you know, and I don't mind a broadcaster or anybody with any ball club saying, hey, our guy's the best hitter in the league.
Right.
But then when you mention the other guy and say he's better than him, that's a little hard to fathom.
Cabrera hitting 346, Hamilton hitting 345.
You know, hitters in this league, if they need a partial day off, they don't get to DH. They either play or they're out of there.
Hamilton, Cabrera both have 22 homers, but Miguel Cabrera 76 RBI, Guerrero 75, and Hamilton 64.
Former batting champion on deck. Freddie didn't have the homers and the RBIs to do it, obviously. Oh, 2, and Slayton's throwing well. That's a clean miss. Pudge gets it thanks to the wall back there. And the Giants are gone in the top of the 7th inning, and that's 6 in a row for Doug Slayton, and counting Lee Vaughn. The Nationals have now retired 15 consecutive Giants hitters. On Sunday afternoons, it's time for God Bless America. On a beautiful day here at the ballpark, I think you'll enjoy Christian Stewart.
Please join us in honoring our great country with the performance of God Bless America. Once again, Christian Stewart.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
As we move to the bottom of the inning, now Matt Capps is the Nationals representative at the All-Star game. He'll be heading to Anaheim right after this game. 23 saves in the first half, and Jim Riggleman said his All-Star selection was well-deserved.
You know, that's so special for him to be able to do that for his father, and very emotional for him, and just it's just really special. You know, it's just it's a great story, and nobody's more deserving. He's just a class act, and, you know, we love having him.
Matt was given his All-Star jersey by Mike Rizzo before the game, and Matt will give all of the Madison viewers an up-close and personal look at the 2010 All-Star game. He will have a Madison mini-cam with him in Anaheim, so it should be a really fun, unique, up-close and personal look at the game, Bob.
We'll look forward to that, Debbie. Sounds like a lot of fun. We wish Matt well. May his inning be a 1-2-3 whenever that happens. Starting to get loose. Pretty cool now when they present your jersey to you in front of your home crowd before you even leave town.
I've never heard of that happening before.
I hope he's allowed to carry that on the plane. Doesn't have to check it. You can't charge a guy for a checked bag when it's his All-Star jersey, can you?
Oh, I think he'll be going first class.
Here's Ian Desmond.
And he better get ready to sign some memorabilia. That's the one thing you do at an All-Star game, is sign hundreds and hundreds of bats and balls.
Alberto Gonzalez on deck here as the bottom of the seventh commences. Ian has struck out twice today, 0 for 6 in the series. Man, this guy just doesn't put anything in the middle of the plate, does he?
Nope. They've got double barrel down there in the bullpen. Righty-lefty situation there with Atfelt and Ray. We'll get the kid up to about 110, 115 pitches, and he'll be done.
Even though the Nats handled Matt Cain here Friday night, the Giants are an indication, like the Padres are, of how far pitching can take you. And now, The Giants are a much better offensive club than the one we saw in San Francisco 6 weeks ago. Buster Posey has seen to that. Desmond drives it up the middle, and that's a base hit. Pretty good effort by Aaron Rowand, and a rather risky effort by Rowand when you're ahead by 5. That ball takes anything but a true hop. That thing's 2 or 3 bags.
He's a pretty good center fielder, and he will put his face into a wall for you, but I agree, Bob. You want to try to maybe just play that single and keep it in front of you. You want to let the Nationals get a rally going, and I think that's about enough for Bruce Bochy.
Yeah, he let Bumgarner just start the 7th inning to see if he could get a quick out or two, and when the base hit happens, he's out of the ball game, and the kid pitched a really good game today. In line for his 2nd win of the year. Going, how about some rally caps? Nats aren't out of this thing yet. Bottom of the 7th. If you're traveling around the country, take the Nationals with you. You can subscribe to MLB.TV today and see every Nationals game live or on demand. It's right on your laptop. Visit Nationals.com to order and get more details. Baseball everywhere on MLB.TV. Santiago, it's going to be Chris Ray. Santiago Casilla was up there earlier, and then it was Ray and Affeldt. So Chris Ray, the former Oriole, gets the call here. And we have seen him in this series. He pitched a scoreless 7th last night. He faced Guzman, Zimmerman, flied them out, struck out Adam Dunn. Right now he's at the bottom of the order. And Willie Harris will hit for the original pinch hitter, Alberto Gonzalez. Came from Texas to San Fran in the Benji Molina deal 10 days ago. Bumgarner hit a couple of batters, didn't walk anybody. A couple of double play balls, 7 hits, 6 strikeouts in 6+ innings. He threw 103 pitches, 72 in the zone. And now Willie Harris with a count of 2-0. Really probably saw him during the Battle of the Beltways.
Or when he was with the White Sox.
Yeah, Ray did pitch in 41 games for the Sox, or rather for the Orioles against the Sox. With the runner going, the ball dropped, and Ian Desmond steals his 8th base of the year. Jim Riggleman must have figured there was an off-speed pitch coming. And a good call. I don't think Desmond's running on his own, do you?
I don't think Chris Ray was really paying a whole lot of attention to Ian Desmond, so Ian just decided to take second.
3-1 now to Willie Harris with Niger Morgan on deck.
But I don't know, if you want to steal second down 5 runs here in the 7th inning. Well, kinetic right here on the 3/4 95-mile-an-hour heater that goes kind of inside out and sinks away from the lefty.
Willie has to be aggressive here. If it's close, be hacking. He can't get called out in this situation. That was pretty close, but off the inside corner. And the Nats have 2 runners aboard with nobody out. Niger Morgan has to hit the ball on the ground or a line drive somewhere.
Well, and this is not a great guy to try to bunt off of either. He throws so hard that it's going to be very hard to stop the ball, even though Sandoval's in. Just try to slap it down the left field line right here.
Do you bunt when you're down 5?
I don't think so, not unless you're bunting for a hit.
Change up.
And he's trying to get something over for a strike right now. Niger, nice job. Be patient here. Make him throw a strike.
Yeah, maybe make him throw 2. That's a good one. Breaking ball drops in. And Morgan pops it up. As we told you, too many balls to left field in the air. Niger just doesn't seem to be able to hit the ball on the ground or a line drive the other way, and that's a costly out. Guzman coming up. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals.
And that's just not a productive at bat. I mean, whether or not you hit it in the air, you want to try to get the guys first and second to second and third with no outs. And you try to shoot it through the right side. You either bunt it on the ground to the right side, but
over and low to Guzman. Christian today 0 for 2. Double play ball hit by a pitch and a strikeout.
Well, and I listened to Mike Rizzo very carefully last night, what he was talking about, and good teams have productive at-bats and do the right thing. Get guys in the scoring position, put pressure on the defense, and even, your final 9 outs here, you want them to be productive outs. Knowing you got Brian Wilson waiting for you, the all-star closer down in the bullpen, you want to get as close as you can in that by the 9th inning. Jeremy Affeld's no slouch either. That kid throws the heck out of the ball too, left-handed.
Nationals need Guzman on base for this to have huge inning potential. Number 3 man next, Adam Dunn after Ryan Zimmerman. Guzman chopping on 2-0. The only lefty that good arm that Rob mentioned, Jeremy Affeld. He's had a couple of saves this year.
Started his career with the Royals as a starting pitcher.
Guzman up the middle, base hit. Around third, Desmond. Listash sends him. Rowan's throw is way high and offline, and the Nats are on the board. That run will close the book on Madison Bumgarner, and Washington alive and well here in the 7th.
And that'll close the book on Chris Ray as Bruce Bochy. Actually, this is Righetti running out there.
Yeah, if he doesn't get Zimmerman, he'll be done. And the Nats were so close to scoring the last inning. Finally break through here. And they probably need an extra base hit from either Zimmerman or Dunn to really make this thing close.
Well, a long ball would be terrific right here. With Chris Ray struggling with his command, trying to get it over the plate, whether it's a breaking ball or the 95. Make them come to you.
Pretty good heater. Mid-90s outside corner. Nats have stranded
7 people on base.
More
today.
than a handful.
Yep. Have 8 hits. 1 run to show for it.
Breaking ball outside. Ryan takes one off the plate, 2-1. Big man on deck. Fastball is up.
Nice patience right here by Ryan Zimmerman. Chris Ray unable to locate his fastball. May 3-1 breaking ball right here.
The bases are loaded for Adam Dunn. And will be shocked if he faces Chris Ray. He will not. It'll be FL.
Already went to the bullpen before he hit the foul line. Kind of annoyed with Chris Ray right here.
Well, you bring in a guy for situational matchups. He gives up a base hit and 2 walks and retires 1 man. Adam Dunn with a sack jammed when we come back. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Adam Dunn is having a storybook first half. And even by his lofty standards, Rob, it's impressive. He's set career highs in 4 different categories already this year as far as numbers before the break.
3-homer Wednesday by the Big Dun. John Garland, a couple of times, trying to go soft away and made him pay. And then it was Mr. Thatcher's turn. Tried to hook him, and it was a hat trick. Adam Dunn this year with the bases juiced. 4 for 8. 3 doubles, Bobby. 10 driven in.
Jeremy Affeldt gets the call here. And the first pitch is a breaking ball up and in. Fastball misses. And with Romo warming up, this could be a one-batter appearance. Adam Dunn represents the tying run here in the 7th. He was reaching for that one. Deflects off the pitcher. There's a play at first, but not in time. It's a 5-2 game. Adam Dunn with his 3rd single of the day, his 59th RBI, and it's a 3-run game.
Now 5 for 9 with the bases loaded as he hits it off of Affeldt. He makes a valiant try to stop this from going up the middle, where he's got a player positioned for a perfect double play ball. That's one of those you wish the pitcher hadn't touched it.
Giants will employ their 4th pitcher of the inning, as Sergio Romo will come in and replace the left-hander Affeldt. Now the tying runs on base. Willingham coming up when you come back. Their bullpen. Sergio Romo is one of those with a 2.29 in 37 appearances. 25 hits in 35 innings, in the league hitting 198 against him. Is it hammer time in Washington? Josh is 1 for 3 today. Willingham with a base hit last time up. First pitch breaking ball, a good one.
The hammer, 3 for 7 this year. Bases loaded, a double, a home run, 10 RBI also, like Adam Dunn.
And one of his 5 grand slams, that was in New York. 2-in-1 game last year. That was way outside by the time he finished his swing. Guzman drove in a run with a single. Zimmerman walked. Adam Dunn just knocked one in off the pitcher. Knocked one off him and knocked him out of the game. And it's 0-2 Romo now to Willingham. Josh usually delivers in these situations. And the breaking ball again, identical to strike 2 got him. It'll be up to Pudge Rodriguez now with 2 outs.
Well, this pitch is tough on righties because he's throwing it right at their hip and it's breaking middle of the plate out. And you're dropping down like Romo. Tough to keep that front shoulder hooked in there if you're righty.
Boy, how well did he repeat his delivery on those last 2 pitches?
Oh, yeah. This guy is tricky.
Pudge, 2 for 3. Base hit to right and 1 up the middle. He's got an amazing hook going at the moment.
Even a hard one. Around 80 miles an hour, but it's got enough movement where it's throwing our very good right-handed hitters off.
Gets one inner half and flies it to Rowand. And that's how far from taking the lead the Nats were, about 10 or 12 feet. A 2-run inning. Giants by 3. The 8th coming up, the Nats about to employ their 3rd pitcher of the day. Sanchez, Huff, and Posey coming up. And a reminder, Salt in theaters July 23rd. We'll find out who she is.
Angelina Jolie. We will find out who she is, Bob.
Here's Drew Storen, 24th appearance, good ERA. And Drew, in 25 innings, 18 hits. 2-1 strikeout to walk, 20 over 10, and the league hitting .214 against the rookie. Well, the Nats bats have come alive, and because of what happened there in the 7th, We know that Ryan Zimmerman will bat again in this game. If there's any base runner along the line, we'll see Adam Dunn again. But Storen has to keep the Giants at bay, including the middle of their lineup, which has done quite a bit of RBI damage today. Freddy Sanchez, 1 for 2, sacrifice, and a base hit, a run scored. In the Giants division, San Diego, a couple of runs early at Colorado. Single tallies in the first and the second. Trying to salvage a game out of that series. Barry Zito getting some work in.
Well, he might come in for a hit or two.
Yeah.
We got a couple of righties coming up, right?
Well, the Nats have used their right-handed hitters off the bench. So Bernardina and Kennedy remain, and Zito could appear against one of them 3 batters from now.
With the off days, and this is probably his day to throw on the side, I don't see that as a problem, him coming in for a couple of hitters. As I said, Johnny Holstaff, everybody who wants to pitch in this game, I'm sure. Bruce Bochy offered him a choice. Throw on the side, get your work in, or maybe get some live action.
Sanchez out of play, right side. Jim Riggleman says Steven Strasburg will be pitching Friday night in Florida. That's extra, 6:30. And first pitch, 7:05 from Sun Life Stadium. Braves are batting in the top of the 9th against Francisco Rodriguez, and the Mets lead 3-0. Trying to break an Atlanta 4-game winning streak. The Mets have lost 3 straight. And in that game at Philadelphia, the Phils still lead the Reds 1-0 in the 8th. What's happened to Citizens Bank Park for offense this weekend? Payoff pitch. And Storen walks the number 2 man ahead of the Giants' big boppers. That quiets the ballpark.
Yeah, and for Drew, you don't want to walk a soft-hitting 2 guy to face the heavy-hitting 3 guy here. You want to attack Freddy Sanchez and see if he can, hurt you with a single or something.
Aubrey Huff a walk, a single, 1 for 2, 2 runs scored. That's a swing, says Marvin Hudson down at third.
That's quite a first half for Mr. Huff.
This is the last time the Giants had anybody not named Bonds hit over 30 home runs. And he popped him up. Desmond scampering out to get it. Got a good jump. And he got to that spot. Made the catch look relatively easy. Let's have a look at our 4th drive of the game. 3rd inning, 2 men aboard. Buster Posey almost knocked one out of here.
Yeah, he almost hit a nice 3-run home run, but plates a couple on the triple. Hanging curveball by Levon Hernandez, and youngster all over that pitch.
First pitch swinging this time, and a fly ball to Michael Morse in the gap. Fighting the sun. 2 outs. Ask about the Nats at MASNsports.com. Right before the break from Michelle Chadwick in Columbia. What are we looking for from the Nats in the second half?
Well, obviously better defense, but I also think that the starting rotation has to go deeper into ball games. You got to start getting 21 to 24 outs, and you know, this 18 outs and less. Yeah. It's just going to eat up the bullpen even more, and you're going to see a lot more late inning collapses by the bullpen because they're used too much.
Well, we know that Michelle logged on to the website. I would tell her, for my answer, go to my blog, because I addressed those very things just about 2 days ago. And talking about looking back at the first half and looking ahead to the second half. So a good question, Michelle, and we hope you enjoy MASNsports.com.
Kyle, great throwing. Kyle, he says when our starters go 7+ or more, our team is 14-6.
So that means they're 25-44 when they don't.
Good math. Very quick.
Well, thank you, Rob.
Though I do think we only have 49 losses so far.
You are correct. I was off one of the losses.
Shawn Burnett, throwing very well lately. So how many rounds of golf are you going to play in between now and the next game?
None.
None? Shutting it down? You going on the DL?
It's called yard work.
The honeydew list when you get back to Oklahoma.
In fact, I wish they'd send some of that rain up here. Not during our ball games, of course. It was quite refreshing to get a little bit of that and cool things off here at the ballpark last night. On a ball hanging upstairs. A base hit by Ishikawa. That'll easily send Sanchez to third. And in a hold-em situation, Drew Storen's got to get busy here with one Uribe coming out. Debbie Taylor, did you talk to some guys about their plans for the break?
I did. Well, a lot of them are actually trying to get out of D.C. tonight and make flights after the game. Adam Dunn, Josh Willingham, Ryan Zimmerman, they're all going to simply take it easy, rest, no big plans, although Adam is going home to Houston. Christian Guzman is headed to Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic to visit his grandmother and his daughter. Tyler Walker will be busy. He's going to go on a rehab assignment in Potomac. And Steven Strasburg told me he will head home to California and enjoy some family time and a lot of grilling and chilling for the guys.
No, not too much chilling. They got to be back to work by the end of next week.
Last year, the Nats only had a 3-day break. And this will be 4. And the last ball game you played before the break, Rob, does it leave a taste in your mouth for several days?
No, I think most guys are looking forward to just a little bit of a rest mentally. I think physically they still love playing every day, but mentally you just want to take a couple of days off.
That hurts.
Recharge the batteries.
Drew Storen pays the price for a leadoff walk, and the Giants lead 6-2. And walking people is something he simply did not do in his quick trip through the minor leagues.
Well, his stuff in the minor leagues was overmatching the guys down there. And you saw Ishikawa and Uribe cut down and just take these breaking balls out in the outfield. And one thing about, and I think Jim Riggleman's seen enough of Drew today.
Shawn Burnett's been throwing. And with a switch hitter Sandoval coming in, so will Shawn. A lot of pitching changes once the teams got into their respective bullpens. A disappointing 2/3 of an inning for Storen with a walk, 2 hits, and at least a run. their offense, have they? They hadn't scored since the third, but they have a run here in the 8th. And Pablo Sandoval will be the hitter as Shawn Burnett comes in, trying to quell this rally. And for Shawn, his 42nd appearance. That is second on the ball club to Tyler Clippard's 44.
As I was going to say, you know, down in the minor leagues for Drew Storenbach, his breaking stuff overmatches those minor leaguers as well as his fastball. But up here, you know they can't really catch up to that 95 or the 93 sinker with movement. So they're looking, especially the little hitters like Ishikawa and Uribe, just trying to tap that off-speed stuff out there.
Well, the last 2 days, the Giants have been pretty good tappers.
Yes, they have. I mean, they're very good. They're 14th in home runs in the National League. This is not a power-driven team. This is a base-hitting team.
Shawn keeping the ball away and tailing it from the right-hander 0-2.
One thing that Steven Strasburg, and obviously not many of our guys have anything close to his best fastball, blew away Sandoval, Pat Burrell. You know, when you start fiddling around with 80-mile-an-hour changeups and curveballs, you're helping some of these guys.
Funny, when I was talking to Steven yesterday, I said, Major League hitters aren't that impressed with 95-mile-an-hour fastballs, are they? He said, well-placed ones they are. So he knows that he threw too many pitches on Friday night right down the middle, and then he made the adjustment and took it from there.
Well, he'll also learn with his great sinker that 92 or 93 with great movement's better than 98 straight. But that takes some time to get the confidence to say, oh, a lot of movement on that. They got no chance. You watch Bumgarner today. I don't think he tried to throw one over 93 miles an hour. He used upper 80s, using cutters, and very effective.
Nats have now given up 54 runs in this 10-game homestand. Sandoval swings and misses. Pudge goes back to the backstop again and gets another assist. And the inning is over. On to the bottom of the 8th. The Nats are down by 4. Bottom 3 coming up. Left-hander Madison Bumgarner outstanding today. A couple of early double plays, Rob, and he parlayed that into some really good innings against the Nats.
He was fantastic. He's throwing to a guy that's got 11 starts behind the dish. His 5th start in the major leagues, Bob. Cutters, change-ups, occasional hard fastballs. He's throwing right inside on our righties. No fear. The Kid was outstanding all day, got the double plays, and right there you see one of the biggest threats with the bases loaded, 2 outs. You got Michael Morse, a very hot right-handed hitter to pop out, and so Michael comes up now. But bottom line, Bob, guy with 5 starts, catcher with 11 starts, and they were too much for our offense today.
The Nationals have stranded 10 base runners, 6 in the last 2 innings. I know I was shocked when I looked back at the scorebook. I think it was just last night or the night before. And at this time last year, when the Nationals were 26-61 at the break, they had scored more runs than this year's team. Hard to believe.
18 first pitch strikes by Bumgarner, too, by the way. I mean, it's all about getting ahead, putting a good hitting team like ours on the defensive. And Romo with a big strikeout and Morse right there on a big breaking ball. And that's another thing to look for in the second half. Just work ahead.
Yeah, but I'll play devil's advocate here, Rob, and say, how good of a hitting team is this?
It's a pretty good hitting team.
The team that won 59 games last year scored more runs than this one.
Well, I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that, we were facing as good a pitching as we faced this year either. You know, the league average has gone down in ERA this year.
That's true.
There's much better pitching in our division. Those American League teams that we faced were filthy nasty, some of their starting rotations. So I think we have a much better all-around club than we did last year, but it still remains to be seen the depth of the starting rotation. I mean, when you keep waiting for guys to come off the disabled list, that's not a good thing, because that means other guys are getting too many chances and not succeeding, not executing. Pitching up here should be fun. I mean, it's almost like it's the worst job in the world for some of our starters. You should be having fun out there. You want to attack the strike zone. Didn't it look like Bumgarner was having fun with our guys today?
Yeah. And at times he pitched a contact, then he got some strikeouts.
Oh, yeah.
This Romo kid has a breaking ball that clearly goes from one batter's box to the other. This is as big a curveball as we've seen from anybody all year. It's not 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock. This thing's about 2 o'clock down to 8 o'clock.
Yep. It's a sweeper. The right-handers, I think, around baseball are not happy when this kid comes into the game. It's like Pedro Feliz from the Mets from the right side. Not going to overpower you with 98, but that 80-mile-an-hour sweeping curveball is just filthy. Pedro Feliciano, I apologize.
Ian Desmond 1 for 3 today. Desmond waiting forever on that breaking pitch, and he realized 2 strikes, emergency hack coming.
Well, when you're late on 77, what does that tell you? That the guy's got some good stuff. But, I mean, you know, in the case of a Bumgarner or even Matt Latos, they're young guys. But what they did against our guys at a major league lineup is throw strike. Strike one is still the most effective pitch in the major leagues.
Did he swing? No, says Darrell Cousins.
Check the track right here. Starts him a little bit too much of the plate right there, but watch where it ends up. Suppose he has to backhand it over in the lefty's batter's box.
And Desmond takes the walk. Almost hit him. And Adam Kennedy will pinch hit for Shawn Burnett. Don't forget about the Potomac Nationals. Even when the big boys aren't playing, the single-A minor league guys are playing this month. 3 weekend series in July. Affordable ticket plans at 703-590-2311 or PotomacNationals.com. Kennedy, 3 for 11 with an RBI as a pinch hitter. And he'll hit one out to center for Aaron Rowan. Nigel Morgan coming up. Morgan 0 for 3 today, 2 for 8 in the series. Fastball in there. Now the Phillies, behind Cole Hamels and Brad Lidge, have beaten the Reds 1-0. And Cincinnati will go into the break with a 4-game losing streak and a possible 1-game lead over St. Louis. They lead at Houston 3-2 in the 7th. So the Philadelphia Phillies really shut down the Cincinnati bats, and really both teams shut each other down the last couple of days in that series. Base hit by Niger. Desmond stopping at second. And this is why that Giants run in the 8th is so big, getting them a 4-run lead back. The Nats need another base runner. And now Bruce Bochy is going to make a double switch.
Well, that's the thing with a guy like Romo too, Bob. He doesn't want to go through the lineup twice with that 80-mile-an-hour curveball.
Guzman coming up, and Bruce Bochy playing this like a Game 7. To score lots of runs on this day. There were enough runs last night to win a ball game. And Rob, you made the comment, tough to go into the break or come out of the break next week, whatever, when you're always fighting from behind.
Yeah, I mean, last year I just looked it up. When we finished the season, the team ERA was 5, but the batting average against was 276. We go into the break with a batting average against of this staff of 275. We have too many guys that are contact pitchers, too many guys that aren't swing and miss pitchers. So, between the unearned runs that we give up, which we've given up a ton already this year, and the hits by the pitchers, it's just tough to chase these leads down all the time. So I think having 39 wins, close to 40 wins, is a credit to this team, but and their hustle and their competitiveness. But I think that we could be around 50 wins if we had a little bit tighter defense and more swing and miss pitchers on the staff.
And about the point we made about the offense, and there's Edgar Renteria, who comes in on the double switch to play short. moving Juan Uribe over to third.
I mean, right now we're at 365 earned runs, 412 runs, and now it's 418 runs total on the year. And last year, 874 runs, Bob, 791 earned. So once again, the defense really, really tough on the Nationals.
Brian Wilson is the Giants' closer, and he's in here in the 8th inning. Bruce Bochy says, okay, that's enough. Let's get the closer in here and get this done. You know, but when you're batting from behind, too, your approaches at the plate are different.
Well, and Jim Riggleman can't manage, and it's a totally different game.
Hitting is contagious most of the time when you're ahead and everybody's relaxed, taking great swings, getting good at bats. So much pressure when you're down all the time.
Well, and there's pressure on the opponent and their pitchers to make pitches when they're behind and when they're constantly in trouble.
Wilson to Guzman, 1-2. Right off the end of the bat. What makes Brian Wilson so good?
Well, he gets ahead of you. He throws strikes quick, and then he's got a really good out pitch, and then he's also got a high 90s fastball. But he's coming right at you. He's a lot like Matt Capps. They will get beat from time to time, but 8 out of 10 times they're going to be successful.
Heading for his second All-Star game, first Giants reliever since Rob Nen back in 2002 to do that. And Guzman chops one up the middle, slow roller. And taken care of by Renteria. The Nats are gone in the 8th. Now they've stranded 12 base runners. To get an inning of work and getting ready for his date in Anaheim. Adam Kennedy replaces Guzman. The Nats will turn it into a double switch with Kennedy batting 9th at second and Capps batting 2nd. All right, how about some all-star numbers here? 3 wins, good ERA, 23 saves, 27 opportunities. But as we mentioned the other night, he's had only like 2 saves in the last 2 weeks. How about that, Rob?
Very cool. There you see the halo on the N because the game will be out in Anaheim for the LA Angels Stadium. I mean, I think that's great to give him the jersey right now. I also thought it was pretty cool when I was able to walk into the locker room and see my name in the same locker room as the Alomars and Dunstons, Larkins, Bonds, Bonilla, Tony Gwynn, Darryl Strawberry. So your name hanging in the locker is going to be a cool experience for him, too, when he gets out to Anaheim.
Good play by Josh Willingham on the liner by Nate Scherholtz. And it'll be Edgar Renteria now batting in the 9th spot before Aaron Rowan. Renteria having a good year, 301.
A couple of Hall of Famers in that lineup that year. Ryan Sandberg, Andre Dawson.
Where was that?
It was at Wrigley.
Wrigley Field. Wow, they have room enough in that clubhouse for all the All-Stars?
Mm-hmm.
Talk about intimate. Can you imagine a home run hitting contest there?
Yeah, they had a bunch of Hall of Famers in their lineup. Ricky Henderson, Griffey Jr., Canseco, Ripken Jr., Boggs, Sachs, McGuire, Alomar Jr. And a pretty nasty lineup. We got beat 2-0. But it's the experience. I mean, Matt's going to go there and he's going to realize how good he's been this first half and how much fun it is to play at this level and then actually go just a little bit higher and go to the All-Star game.
Swing and a miss on a fastball up. Renteria gone. Well, and your name changes forever, Rob. They don't just say Matt Capps. They say All-Star Matt Capps.
They do. Here you see the capper challenging hitters. That's what got him to the All-Star game this year. And the good choice coming to Washington instead of Chicago.
Top of the order, Aaron Rowand, 1 for 4. Severely jammed.
Angels manager, by the way, was my catcher, Mike Scioscia, in that game. Ozzie Smith was in our lineup, too. So 3 Hall of Famers started in that lineup.
That's a good fastball. That's got to make 2 cross-country trips to return to the ball club by Friday. Happy to do it. Here's the 0-2.
I was just told, Bob, that Jeff Bagwell was just named the Astros hitting instructor.
Really?
Hitting coach.
Yes. That means they have to hire Craig Biggio now. I know he's
the Killer Bees.
One of those consultants to the ball club. Do you remember who the original third Killer Bee was before Berkman?
Bell.
Derek Bell. Good one. Darn, I thought I had you.
You did. That came from the truck.
Will they mind their own business down there?
No. Our producer, Chip Winfield, knows his baseball. And Doug Yulacki, our director.
Happy birthday to our guru of the tape room, young Mike Dressman today. Happy birthday, Mikey.
Happy 21st birthday, Buggy.
No, he's 28, Rob. He's an old guy.
He's an old guy at 28.
2-2 pitch and a grounder. Zimmerman on the charge. On the run. Throwing. And that's it. Bottom of the ninth coming up. Nats are down by 4, but big guns. Zimmerman, Dunn, Willingham coming up.
Sunday afternoon, the Nationals some work though, Phil, to get done. They're down by 4 to the Giants.
Down by 4. Some walks, early walks by Livan Hernandez got them in trouble, and Madison Bumgarner pretty much cruising throughout his innings in the ball game. Hit a couple of guys, but it didn't hurt him.
We'll have an opportunity once this ball game is over to talk about the Nationals today, what the golden opportunities they had. But still, that's why you play 9 innings. So Bob and Rob, and we're glad that Rob is feeling better and back with us today to see if we can pull this out in the bottom of the ninth. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Johnny. It'll take a big inning, but there are big hitters coming. And a big, strong reliever to face them in Wilson, who's after his 24th save. As the ball game approaches 3 hours in duration, Ryan Zimmerman will step in. Zimmerman today, a base hit in 3 trips and a walk last time. Adam Dunn's 3 for 4. Josh Willingham 1 for 4. And some good power matchups here. As usual, strike 1. And he goes Powder River. And that fastball for strike 2.
We saw Brian before the game working out here. He's got the nice mohawk going on underneath that hat. He is all closer.
Ryan checks his swing. Tim Lincecum. I doubt if they need him. Probably working on the side. We know who their closer is.
Well, they probably told Zito and Lincecum to hold off a little bit. Get their throwing in on the side later. Because they might be used for an inning in the ball game. Or a hitter.
Didn't look like that pitch felt very good to him. He was grimacing. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
He's squinting. I think it's the sun. Maybe his hair's in his eyes.
Zimmerman, fly ball out of play right side. So the Nats in danger of going into the break 11 games under. They were 35 games under last year. Hard to believe. 13-game improvement in terms of wins. Ryan hanging tough, and the count stays 1-2.
This was my starting lineup in '91 on the NL All-Star team. Tony Gwynn, Ryan Sandberg, Will Clark, Bobby Bonilla, Andre Dawson, Ivan Calderon, Sabo, Santiago, Ozzie Smith, and Tom Glavine started. Some Hall of Famers in there. Tommy Glavine will be going in a few years.
Zimmerman jammed, hits it hard, but Renteria gobbles it up.
This is the American League now. Ricky Henderson, Wade Boggs, Cal Ripken Jr., Cecil Fielder, Danny Tartable, Dave Henderson, King Griffey Jr., Sandy Alomar Jr., Roberto Alomar, and Jack Morse with the Twins, who would go on to win the World Series that year. Faced off against the Braves' Tom Glavine, who would be in the World Series that year. I always remember Lonnie Smith holding at third base.
I was about to say that same thing. A World Series decided by Chuck Knobloch decoying Lonnie Smith.
Yep.
And the Twins eventually won the ball game and the series.
Wasn't Jimmy Williams the third base coach in the Braves?
I'm not sure about that. That's a strike to Adam Dunn. 1 ball, 1 strike here, bottom 9. Giants on top, 6-2. They're trying to go into the break, 6 games over 500. San Diego at Colorado leading 3-2, 5th inning. They could be as close as 3 games by the end of the day. Adams slices it left side. not a good throw by Uribe, but a good pick by Ishikawa, 2 outs.
Ishikawa, very
5-3, by the way.
Right.
Uribe looked back and looked at his footing area after making that throw.
No, and their defense and their pitching is outstanding. They're either 2 or 3 right now in pitching in the National League behind San Diego. So 2 of the best pitching staffs and defense in the same division.
Inside to Josh Willingham, 1 for 4. Adam Dunn will close out the first half. 59 RBIs, 92 hits, 22 home runs. He had a singular day here today with 3 base hits. Rodriguez hoping his next at bat isn't Friday night.
San Francisco 3, St. Louis 2, San Diego #1 pitching staff in the NL right now.
It's no coincidence, is it?
No, it's not.
Contending teams. And the ones that don't pitch as well as those 3, they catch the ball and hit it when necessary.
2 of those 3 are in the top 5 in defense.
Way inside to Willingham. As mentioned earlier, Giants 3rd in defense, Padres 1st. Cincinnati, a slugging ball club, in the middle of those 2 defensively. And Brian Wilson close to his 24th save. Close, and Willingham walks. You knew Josh had to get one more walk before the break. That's 56 on the year.
Well, in that Cincinnati-Philly series, Cincinnati started 3 rookies this weekend, and they pitched their butts off. Leak pitched a nice game. Wood pitched a nice game. And I don't know who the kid was that started the day for them, but they all threw well against a good-hitting Phillies team. Didn't come out with a win.
Willingham's going to go ahead and walk down to second base. He had about a 35-foot leadoff. That truly was defensive indifference. Ishikawa could have gone over to the bag and probably picked him off. In the air, right field line. And just into the seats, chased by Scherholtz. And the count to Pudge Rodriguez, 0-2.
It was Matt Maloney starting for the Reds today.
Well, some days the other guys are just a little bit better. And a suddenly quiet Cincinnati offense. And they have a 4-game losing streak going into the break, but they'll be in first place. Pudge hits a similar fly ball. This one's playable for Scherholtz, who grabs the foul ball, and the ball game is over. So the Giants win the series, winning yesterday 10-5. After the Nats won the Friday night 8-1. For Rob Dibble and Debbie Taylor, Bob Carpenter, Giants 6, Nationals of Matt Capps the All-Star 2. Tune in Friday, Masson 2 HD.